All right, in this lesson we're going to take a look at multiplication and division, and we're going to have some fractions that have a lot of different things in them. So I just want to see if you can get some exposure to how to deal with certain features. And a lot of times you can recognize this just by the way they look when you start. Okay, you look for some patterns that you've seen in other problems that were maybe a little simpler. So what I'd like to do here to start off with is I'd like to notice that, hey, every time we have addition and subtraction within one of these fractions, let's try to factor it. Okay, that's always the best way to begin. Okay, so, for example, you see this right here. Hopefully by now you're recognizing that that is really a difference of two squares. It's x plus 4, x minus 4. Okay. Now the 3x and the 18x squared, those are just single terms. Those are monomials. But over here, this one right there, I can do the same thing to. I can factor it. I've got x plus 3, x minus 4. Okay, so let's try and clean up a little bit of stuff and just kind of see what can go away first to make this a little bit nicer to look at. All right, so I'm going to take a look here and say, all right, if I multiply straight across, I have a whole bunch of stuff on the top, all these different quantities. Do I have any of the quantities that are the same on top as they are on the bottom? And what I see right now is I got an x minus 4 on top, x minus 4 on the bottom. So I know those can go away. Now x plus 3 and x plus 4 are going to have to stay put because those mean two totally different numbers. I can't just make those go away. So my answer is going to have an x plus 3 on top and x plus 4 on the bottom. And I'm just going to leave them in parentheses because that tells me those are one specific number that's unique. Okay? Now the rest of this stuff, well, I got this business going on here. A couple of monomials, all right? 3x and 18x squared. Well, 3 and 18 will reduce to 1/6. So I'm going to have 1/6 as a fraction. And then it looks like I have 1x on top and 2 x's on the bottom. So when I cancel those out, I'm just left with an x on the bottom. And that, I don't really have to write the 1 there, but I can leave it. That is my simplified version. Sometimes you can't get rid of everything. You just get rid of what you can and get it as simple as possible. All right, so now that we've seen that, let's look at a slight adjustment to this second one. Notice this is division. And if you remember something from basic division of fractions, it would be that we could divide by a fraction, but it's the same thing as taking whatever we're dividing by and flipping it, making it the reciprocal, and then multiplying instead. And we've done a bunch of multiplication like this one right up here. So let's just treat this like multiplication. All we got to do is flip that second fraction. So we get this thing that says x squared minus 9 over 4x squared minus 25 times x minus 3 now goes on the bottom, 2x plus 5 goes on the top. Now I purposely picked some numbers that may be easy to recognize in one case and not so easy in another. Let's focus our attention on this. Okay, looks a lot like that thing. We better get used to seeing this. All right, that's going to be x plus 3, x minus 3. And I can already see that I have an x minus 3 on the bottom right down here, so I know those two are going to cancel out. Right, now, the part that's difficult to recognize is this right here. This is also a difference of two squares, just like that one. I know there's a number in front of the x squared, but that doesn't matter as long as it's a perfect square. So if I'm going to factor out the purple one, it's going to become 2x plus 5 and 2x minus 5. And notice I still have a 2x plus 5 on top over here. So those quantities are going to cancel out. Now I didn't get rid of everything, but I got rid of a lot. So what I'm left with is this fraction that says I have the number x plus 3 on top. Don't know what it is, but I know that that's a unique number I have there that nothing else cancels out. And on bottom I've got 2x minus 5. Now if we have to do something later on in our analysis, what I just circled there in black is much easier to deal with than this mess over here. So that's why we're spending some time practicing how to clean things up a little bit without changing what they mean.